Hey Aquarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And check your other major placements if you want. If I don't catch your wavelength over here, maybe I catch them at one of the other signs you identify with. We're starting off with the Oracle decks of Urban Crow and Animal Spirit, and then we'll move on to more traditional tarot spread. Ooh, all right, Aquarius. Oh, I like this one. This is a new deck to me, and I'm really enjoying exploring the messages here. We have Chameleon Spirit, act as if. As if what you want can happen. As if you already have something. Act as if this is the chameleon spirit is really about blending in, but I think it's about blending into a dream and a vision that you have, becoming, dressed for the job you want, not the job you have, that kind of thing. Like, but maybe even on a psyche level. Also, to me, it's like try to fit in with where you want to go, or embody the energy of where you're going, not necessarily where you've been and what's happened, but really envisioning your future and then allowing yourself to become, to fit in with that in a way. Like if you want to be doing something, allow yourself to change in a way that makes it more likely that you would be able to do that, or acting as if. And this change really comes from the inside, but there is a way, there is a way to have the outside, there's feedback between those two, right? Like we change our insides and our life has to change. When we have more self-confidence, people have to interact with us differently. The people that we choose to interact with are different, and the people that interact with us do change their vibe, right? We can affect that change. So it's acting as if people do listen to you, acting as if you do have the power to change a situation, acting as if you do have value and worth, even if you don't believe that. So there's a certain sense where we can act a certain way, and then while we're waiting for our psyche to keep up with our personal goals, or to catch up to us. So chameleon spirit, act as if you already have it. I see this chameleon as like dreaming and envisioning like a purple room, and therefore he starts to match and change as he visions and believes in himself, and believes that someday he will be in a purple room. We also have anticipation. Both of these are very similar, act as if and anticipation. So this crow here is anticipating there's going to be a feast. And this crow is going to be there to clean it up and get everything he wants. So he's not really anticipating all these people. That's not his joy. His joy is all the people that are going to get drunk and spill their food all over the ground, and he's going to go pick it up. So anticipating and then acting as if, both of these are talking about a very positive future, and making sure that you're ready to meet it, right? When we have a dream, especially an unlikely dream, it's very tempting to say, oh, that will never happen. And then we proceed to act as if that will never happen. Like, I'll never become a well-paid artist. Well, maybe true, maybe not true. No one knows what's going to happen. But the way to guarantee you'll never become a well-paid artist is to never work on your art, or to work on it once a month. That's not what makes a great artist. So if that's something you're envisioning, this is saying, act as if you already are, as if you already are a great, how would a great well-paid artist work? What does their life look like? What does their time look like? What does that look like if you're already there? And that way we keep the channel open for our dreams to happen. The way we're the only ones that can seriously close a door, like by never working on something. Ask me how I know. So keeping that door open, anticipating great things coming, and working as if. So envisioning that life, the life that you want, and then working as if that is possible, that you can achieve that. And what would it look like if you really believed you could achieve that? So anticipating that, anticipating good things, and preparing for them. Canary spirit, sing your own song. Ooh, some more individuality. This is a real artist reading here. So canary spirit, singing your own song. This canary's royalty, really. He's on a flute. He's not playing the flute, though. It's about just embracing your uniqueness. Being yourself completely. Isn't that what we admire about, you know, great artists and great biographies? There's an authenticity there that that emboldens ourselves as well as we watch it. That right to live a big life, to live boldly. If that's what you want, if that's what your song is. If your song is to not live boldly, go for it. Although it might just be a comfort zone and not really a song. All right, Aquarius, this is your past, your present. Well, good, I'll keep doing this. Your inner landscape, what's the issue? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Oh, I was thinking about this card yesterday. And all right, in the recent past, you have the Wheel of Fortune, things taking the time that they take, but also good luck, bad luck, sometimes seeing things, not seeing things, just the overall cycles of life. And Wheel of Fortune to me often talks about luck and fortune and just the changing circumstances, things outside of our control that change and shift and move and affect our lives, but on a larger scale, right? That moon going through its phases and its cycles has an effect on us and our lives, and it's completely outside of our control. So we can control ourselves mostly. If we can control anything in this world, it's basically just ourselves, and that is just pretty marginal as well. So this is things outside of our control, things that happen to us. But not necessarily to us, but things that happen in the world that have an effect on us. And it can feel like good luck, bad luck. It can feel very random. There might be a method to the madness. There might be patterns, but we might not be aware of them always. So in your current situation, we have the 10. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10. And then we also have 10 of emotions. Something very satisfying for a moment. This depicts like a performance. Right, a lot of work has gone into this. It's very exhilarating, very satisfying. They've done a great performance. It was the best of the whole run of the whole show. So this is sort of working with community in a way. There's just some emotional satisfaction. We've reached an emotional plateau. We've reached an emotional goal. That doesn't mean there aren't future goals. Doesn't mean that it's permanently now we have forever and ever done the best performance of our lives. But this is 10 of emotions. This is 10 of cups. This is emotional satisfaction, a moment to sit and enjoy and revel. They're taking a bow here on the stage after this outstanding performance. There's a lot of joy, a lot of satisfaction. So that's the current situation. There's a satisfaction with where you're at, with maybe even how you handled this changing wheel, or maybe the wheel is changing and shifting and you've had a stroke of good luck and it's very fortunate. You know, when everything comes together for a performance, there are very few performances that go well when you're on the performance side of things. When you're on the audience, great performances, you don't see all the glitches, right? With performers that know what they're doing, you don't see all the glitches, but all the actors and backstage people know. They know when there's a glitch. So it's very rare. Something maybe just like hit just right and everything just went just well with this wheel. It was very satisfying and exciting to, you know, have finally produced the thing as you had envisioned and meant it, with no glitches, for one night only. But very exciting. Take a bow. And then in your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, Temperance, which I find interesting because it's looking a lot like the wheel here. We've got the moon going through its phases. So here was one phase, here was one situation. Temperance is about hopes, so it's in the hopes, fears, inner landscape. It's about things taking the time they take. It's about patience. It's about waiting for things to unfold. It's about an adjustment period. So you could be worried about something taking longer than you want it to take, or you could be, hoping for an adjustment period. So it's on your mind. This is what you're thinking about, is an adjustment period, getting used to something. You're thinking about divine timing. You're thinking about, and you're hoping for something here, or you're worried something's taking too long. So in your the current situation, this is one that I was thinking about yesterday, is the 6 of emotions, but I can no longer remember what I was thinking about it. This is Jack. He has entered the room. 6 of emotions reversed. This is something from the past. I think it's an unpleasant memory. It's either a disconnect from something that brought you a lot of joy and pleasure from the past, and you've been separated from this thing and disconnected from it. A person, an activity, a passion. You felt a little disconnected from it. Or it's something very unpleasant from your past that maybe even makes you feel disconnected. And maybe this relates to this Temperance card of, when am I going to be over this? When am I going to be done with this sort of this memory and this burden? Seems like there might be a little PTSD at work here, taken in different degrees of what that means to you, that a past trauma or something that's affecting you right now. Maybe it was something that you couldn't control, something that was completely out of your hands. You didn't have a say in it. You're very happy right now, but this is still affecting you, this past situation, this past bad luck, this past, this maybe even a thing from your childhood that still has a profound effect on you. And then in your environment, we have Page of Materials. This is either a person or a situation that you're in. You're learning a new skill, learning something new. This is like a physical skill. The page is the beginner, the learner, right? And we're having a vision and we're learning how to create it into reality. We're learning about something. We're learning how to create something and how to move towards something, how to do something in reality. So somebody here, this could be a situation where you're in your environment, or this could be someone you know, learning a new skill, developing a new skill somehow. Or maybe starting a new job or starting a new degree program. It's new and it's in reality and they're starting it. So your to-do list, the energy of your greatest growth. Oh, and here we've got some black cats. Jack was just in here and he's a little black cat. Your to-do list here is Page of Inspiration. This is a beginning again. This is beginning an art project, really. I mean, it's acting as if. Page of Inspiration. This is beginning something creative, and this is sing your own song. Acting as if. So acting as if would be like the beginning stages of something. Just when you're beginning, act as if you want to be, an artist, act like it. If you want to be an actor, work on it every day. What do you think big actors do? The ones that you admire. How do you think their day looks? Do you think they just ignore the acting until they get a part and then they just show up for it and that's how that works? Or do you think maybe that someone that's very successful in this field might be working on it every day as if they are already? So imagining what someone that's in the position you want is doing and how they're organizing their life. Except you're doing it in your own unique way. You're not going to mimic somebody. You're going to mimic their authenticity and maybe their work ethic or their dedication, but you're not going to mimic what they're doing exactly, right? You're doing this, you're acting as if, but in your own unique way, how you envision it, how you see it. So this is you envisioning. This is you envisioning what it is that you want, and then I think you're going to act on that. So Page of Inspiration. And this has to do with creativity. This has to do with imagination. This has to do with intuition and that deep connection to the greater forces of life. Here you are tapping into them and really making something happen. But this is you tapping into inspiration, tapping into maybe even a creative project. But it's very unique to you. I love that we have the bright colors here because this is also very colorful here. And very Mardi Gras, this chameleon. So yeah, this page of inspiration, being someone, being a beginner, tapping into something that really inspires you. It could be something from your past that you've disconnected from, that you knew at one point that you really enjoyed doing. But it's almost like just tapping into this new energy and this new creativity. It's yours, it's unique to you, and you're tapping into it in anticipation of something coming in the future. What are you anticipating? Possibly, this is your possible outcome, Magician. So right in this one, we're starting to connect with some sort of universal, brightly colored universal energy here. I feel like this looks like a little bit of a portal into a star nursery. We're being visited by some sort of universal creative force like a star nursery, and we're tapping into that. We're connecting to that. We're listening to that energy and that life force, which the life force can be intense and scary to really feel that within ourselves and to understand that how we can tap into that force and that energy. But here you are, you're making something happen. Here's this wave of energy now. Now it's more, it grows. It grows from this tiny little cloud here into a massive, massive skyscape. And you tap into that energy, into that universal energy, and you bring it into reality. Here you've got all the elements are aligned here now. These are all your little paint pots or your tools here, and then all you need to do is channel that energy and tap into it. So here's this massive flow of creative force, of life force, and here you are channeling that into reality, right? So you may be learning a new skill here, getting inspired, and then combining that energy and that passion with the physicality and creating something in life that you want. Not just an art project, but it could be any kind of work, just the life that you want, the life that you're envisioning for yourself. Act as if it's possible. Tap into that, however you do that, whatever resources you use, music, physical, dance, anything like that. Just start, just begin. Doesn't even matter where, doesn't even matter how, but you can make stuff happen. You can make this happen. That's why we have anticipation, right? We actually have the chairs all set up. Something can happen. This banquet can happen. We can clearly see that it's possible. Acting as if it can happen, and doing it in your own very unique way. All right, Aquarius, I hope that was helpful for you. A pretty hopeful reading overall. And so, I don't know, harness that, tap into that. Pretty cool. So I'll see you guys in a fortnight.